Hello everyone, Stephen here with Cardboard Coalition, and today, for the second time, first time forgot to have the mic running, well it died on me, second time going, but here's an unboxing of Marvel Champions, the card game, Civil War expansion. So if you guys want to go ahead and join me in the top view, we'll see what comes in the box. I already know, I opened it once before. Alright everyone, welcome to the top view. As I had said, this is the second time going through it. The mic died on me, I didn't know. And it kind of sucks, but let's get into it. So I don't have to cut it or anything, but here is the lid. Why do I show you? It's just a thin cardboard lid. It is linen finish though, but it's definitely very weak on that end, right? And then you have your scenario kind of book. It says rule book, but it's kind of the scenario rule book. And one of the cool things that I'd like to point out is it's like playing a comic book. Like you do some stuff, you read, usually it's, you read a couple comic pages, you play a game, you read a couple comic pages, you play a game. This one looks like you play for a little bit, right? Registration scenario, you got all these scenarios in here, right? And then you get to this point, oh my God, they're going to fight. And then you go here, competitive mode. Oh, duh. I was saying competitive mode earlier, and I was like, I don't get competitive mode. I don't get competitive mode. It does put a new game mode in, which is cool. I'll explain it here in a second. Anyways, competitive mode. So in the video that I didn't keep, because the mic died on me, I kept saying competitive mode. Why is there this competitive mode card? It's already competitive. It's cooperative. Burp, burp, burp. All right, so here are technically our villains. We have Captain America, right? We'll go through, let's see if I can read all the things that go on. There's Captain America. It's a Captain America card. Then we have the New Avengers. Then we have Secret Avengers. Then we have Namor. Of course, we have Namor in here. You have Atlantis. I'm pretty sure his stuff goes with Namor. So this is what I was talking about, right? It had these competitive reference card, right? Or it's flipped this way. It says competitive reference card, right? It's the same thing. And I was like, what the hell? The game is competitive. The game is cooperative, but this turns it into competitive, right? So there's one villain and some scenarios to go through. Here's another one. So we have Spider Woman. Right? If you don't believe me, purple means villain card. Right? So there's Spider Woman. Here's all her cards. Then Spider Man. Oh, Spider Man gets in on it. Right? These are all just. This is the kind of boss that you would fight, and then there are the extra things. Then you have the Defenders. Of course, there was Spider Woman and Spider Man. You have Hell's Kitchen. Makes sense. I didn't notice Daredevil before when I was going through it. All right. I think I was thrown off by that competitive thing. Cloak and Dagger makes sense. They're going to be on this team with the Defenders and stuff. Right. Then we have your some standard cards to go through. Then we have another standard card and then some basic cards, right, for this set. All right. We'll just go like this and keep them kind of plop mopped and topped together. And also the other thing that I'd point out in the video that I had to ditch was instead of being wrapped in plastic, now they're wrapped in paper. And there's just stickers holding the box together. I'm not a big fan of them doing it that way instead of having a wrap, but whatever. All right, so then we have Iron Man, villain, right? Oops, sorry, I'm kind of going through it fast. Problem with doing it before. All right. Then we have the Mighty Avengers. So they have their Avengers team to try to go after each other, right? The Initiative. Where do we go? There's the Initiative. You have Maria Hill. These are like scenario things that are going on. All right, Maria Hill. And what do we have? Dangerous Recruits. Recruiting those dangerous people with you. There's the next card, right? The cooperative reference card. So you both have a reference card for cooperative mode, right? Then you have Captain Marvel. She's a bad guy, or you can play it in the cooperative way, which I'm actually quite interested in looking into. How do you play? All right. And then we have Cape Killer. Cape Killer. That doesn't sound like a very nice guy. We have Martial Law, so Shield putting out the martial law. We have Heroes for Hire. Paladin. Nope. That's 5 of 5 for Paladin. Then we have the Registration. Oh, don't know what that goes with. The Registration Act. Then we have Standard, Player versus Player. Those are your standard cards for Player versus Player. And then there's Basic for Iron Man. Right. All right. So it's because you guys can go head to head, but we'll have to look into that. Maybe I'll do a how to play the competitive mode of this. But then you get some heroes, and mind you, these are kind of, hey, where's her card? Kind of mixed up a little bit. I think it's at the bottom of the other deck. Oh, she's right here. That's where she is. All right, so the two heroes that you get in this, I mean, they're all heroes. It's heroes against heroes. You get Tigra, right? So what's mixed is I put the Obligation up because this is how I keep my decks in the box. And then I have the Nemesis, so Tigra's Nemesis is Hood. These are cards that will get mixed in with the villain deck once this card gets pulled and played, right? All right, so of course Moon Knight's her partner. Spider Girl. She's Aggression. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing that to you guys again. You probably want to see some of these cards. Can't do that. Savage. Strike. I was thinking Doc Samson because Doc Samson. There's your basic cards. How these decks are kind of built, right? This is a whole hero deck. You can build your own, but it comes with a pre-set up one. So you get your hero, you have your Obligation, you have the Nemesis cards that get put in once the Obligation card comes out. This is the actual cards that you have to keep. So if you ever play with Tigra in any version, you have to have the hero cards. Then you have her, well, she is Aggression, but I can't think of it right now. Her type, like there's Aggression, Protection, Justice, and there's one more I can't think of right now. So she's obviously Aggression. And then you put your basic cards in. You can mix any kind of aspect. There it is. Any aspect card with the base cards for that character and any basic cards. I mean, there's some rules that they'll tell you about, but it's fairly easy to build your own kind of decks to play. Most of the time, I keep all the decks how they're supposed to be. Their basic set, and it's kind of a plug and play. So friends come over and they're like, "Oh, I like Hulkling. I bet you don't have a Hulkling." I go, "Oh no, I have Hulkling. Here's the Hulkling deck." So here's our other heroes, Hulkling. There's his Obligation. Here's his Nemesis and the Nemesis cards. Here's the Hulkling deck, which this one confused me on the first run through because he is Protection, which is green. So I just kept going through green. All right, all the Hulkling. See, I'm going slow now to try to figure out. There it is. There's not much of a color difference between those two. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's slightly. This is slightly darker green. That's it. All right. So he's Protection. He's got Wiccan in there. Scarlet Witch's son, because they are partners. I know I'm showing you all the same ones, right? And then there's the basic cards for Hulkling. So you got your basic cards. You have your I forgot it again. I keep wanting to say Aggression aspect cards, right? Then you have the hero deck cards. All right, everyone. That's everything that comes in Marvel Champions Civil War expansion, or the card game. Marvel Champions, the card game, Civil War expansion from Fantasy Flight Games. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Watch another video, bell notification, all that great stuff. We will catch you in the next one. Bye.